Good morning. Today I would like to talk about my most proud accomplishment, and that is making it to the podium without breaking an ankle. But in all seriousness, I have a confession to make. I'm really bad at writing speeches. I'm just really bad with words. I'm one of those people that can start telling a story that lasts about 30 minutes and has no point to it whatsoever. But today, I ask that you bear with me, and we might make it through this presentation. Might. Like I said, me and words, we don't mix. So gradually, I have found a solution, or at least the solution has found me. Photography. Photography is what I use to tell the story that I want to tell without the use of words. At almost 18 years old, I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do with my life, and I think that's okay. Most people I tell that to look at me with a horrid face. That's okay too. But something I'm pretty sure about is photography. With photography, I've learned that even though I may have a nice camera, that only makes me the owner of a nice camera. Having a nice camera does not make me a photographer. So with photography, I have had to learn how to separate the shots that I take. Are they pictures I take, or are they photographs I create? I call myself an aspiring photographer because that's what I want to be, if not as a career or as a hobby. From the start, nature has been a big inspiration of mine. In my eyes, nature serves as both my home and playground. I know that no matter where I am, there's always something to capture on camera. But the question is, what do I capture and how do I capture it? Photography has opened my eyes to see the beauty in everyday things that are commonly overlooked. Elliot Erwitt once said that photography is the art of observation. It matters nothing of what you see and has everything to do with how you see them. Before I had my camera, I used to walk by everyday things and think nothing of them. But somehow that changed. I started to pay attention to the small details, like the flowers on campus or how the light hits just right on somebody's face. I became more observant. Pretty soon, paying attention to small details turned into capturing them with my camera. Photography has given me an eye for the things that many turn their heads from. But sometimes, it's hard to find the right shot. To find the right shot, it takes patience and time. Though I am constantly learning the art of photography, I am also learning bit by bit the art of patience. From someone suffering from TBD, as my dad calls it, teenage brain damage, patience is hard to come by. I always catch myself getting frustrated over the little things, like if the exposure on my camera isn't right, or if an animal moves or flies away, or if the weather interferes, like rain. But I've learned that even though one thing might move or fly away, something else might be there to take its place. And in the end, it's worth it. Yes, okay. With photography, I've also learned to not just be aware of my environment, but the world around me. I've learned to see things from a different perspective, and it has inspired me to see more than what just might be in my own backyard. I absolutely love to travel, meet people, step out of my comfort zone, and just have fun. I also love to gain a different perspective, and in turn, I feel the need to capture and share other people's perspectives. But most of all, I want my photography to tell a story. The picture on the left is actually one of my favorite pictures, and I will tell you why. It's from my first booking, and actually only booking, but that's okay. I absolutely adore this shot. I love their expressions. To me, they all look like they're plotting something, and I absolutely love how none of them are looking at the camera, and yet they're still in their own little moment. The picture on the right was taken in a small town in Mexico while I was on a tour. We were on the bus and we were pulling away through a small village, and I saw this man standing with his horse. So naturally, I took out my camera and started to take pictures. But to my surprise, the man actually posed with his horse. This is an example of one of the greatest feelings that I've had in photography. I absolutely love it when people play along. I also love photography because I can capture a moment but also be in the moment with somebody else. I have another confession. I'm really bad at ending speeches. So, I will close with a quote. Mark Twain once said, "You cannot depend on your eyes if your imagination is out of focus." Thank you for bearing with me, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a good day.